upper limb, we're going to divide it into different parts. And a good place would be over there, because I'm sort of modeling it for them. Okay, so what you're going to do is divide it into 3 parts. The first part is your arm. Okay, the muscles of the arm, you start off with this muscle right here. What is this muscle? The deltoid. And then in the arm, you've got 3 muscles that are kind of arranged in 3 compartments. It's like a sandwich, right? The front or the top of your sandwich is biceps, brachii. The meat of your sandwich, brachialis, over here. And then the other, triceps. So the triceps is posterior, the biceps is anterior, and the brachialis is in the middle. Okay? So that's your arm. So now we'll go into the forearm where you have a lot of muscles. So when you study the forearm, it's good to divide it into the front of the forearm and the back of the forearm. I was trying to explain it to my son. I don't know how much he got. But everything that's in the front of the forearm flexes the wrist. So that's, it's sort of, if you can't remember what the function is, write down flex the wrist. Some of them have other functions as well. But the anterior compartment muscles flex the wrist. The posterior compartment muscles extend the wrist. So when they contract, they extend the wrist, they flex the wrist. Okay. So the first muscle you have is a muscle called the brachioradialis. What does brachio mean? Arm. So this muscle starts in the arm and then comes down towards the radius. So number 20 is the brachioradialis. So when you have a sticker on the muscles, try to see where the muscle is starting. If it is starting clearly in the arm, write down brachioradialis. So this muscle here is brachioradialis. Now in the forearm you have 2 bones. What are the 2 bones?
Radius and ulna.
Radius and ulna. Where would you find your radius anatomically, and where would you find your ulna? Right, so the lateral one is the radius, the medial one is the ulna. So look for that clue when you're looking at the muscles. Everything that's towards the pinky should be named ulnaris, and everything that's towards the thumb is usually named radialis. So that's what you're going to look at. Whenever you get to a arm model, first position yourself. Okay, this is the radius and this is the ulna, and then proceed from there. So the first muscle we had was the brachioradialis, came from the arm and inserted near the radius. Now you've got 3 tendons in the middle. One of the tendon goes straight into the palm. It's a midline muscle that goes straight into the palm. Do you have a muscle called the palmaris longus?
Yeah.
That's your palmaris longus.
So it's
Number 14. So what's this muscle here?
Palmaris longus.
The one next to it here.
palmaris radialis.
That's the flexor carpi radialis, because so you have, so this is the palmaris longus, the one that's going in the middle, and then you have 2 on either side of it. One is on the side of the ulna, the other is on the side of the radius. The one that's on the side of the ulna is called the flexor carpi ulnaris. The ones that's on the side of the radius is called the flexor carpi radialis. So we took care of the brachioradialis, the flexor carpi radialis, the palmaris longus, and the flexor carpi ulnaris. The last muscle we have is a short little muscle that's found only in front of the elbow. This muscle here is the pronator teres. What does the pronator teres do? Very good. It pronates the forearm. Pronates the forearm.
Which one was that?
This one right here, the short one. So just to review, number 12. So the first muscle you have is the brachioradialis that's coming from the arm and inserting near the radius. Then you have the flexor carpi radialis, also near the radius. You have the palmaris longus, which is your middle one. So the thing you're going to look for is where is it going. This is what you're going to do to position it. The muscle that's to the medial to that is going to be your flexor carpi ulnaris. Is everyone comfortable with those muscles, kind of, sort of? Okay. And then the third area of this limb is the back of the arm, forearm. In the back of the forearm, you've got one muscle, that's the extensor, and you'll see that its tendons go into the digits. This is the extensor digitorum. This one right here, number 17.